Hey, it's me, Mama C, coming at you live from West Tennessee, where it is miserably hot and humid. It's like walking in soup around here. Not to complain, though, at least we've gotten rain for the tomatoes this year. What I want to talk to you about today is clearing negative energy. For the last month, while Mercury has been in retrograde, I've had a great number of people email me and say, "Oh my God, I feel like a hammer has fallen on my head. I feel like there's a black cloud following me around. Nothing seems to be going right. What can I do to get rid of some of this just horrible negative energy that seems to be surrounding me?" Well, fortunately, Mercury retrograde will be over tomorrow, although we will have the shadow for the next 5 or 6 days, meaning don't start any major new projects or anything like that until that shadow has passed. It could be in relation to just any number of things, although Mercury retrograde has tended to exacerbate at this time. I tell you, this is one of the worst ones I have dealt with. It's horrible. So anyway, in order to get past all of this kind of negative vibe that has been hanging around, the bad luck, the just sluggy, yucky feeling like you're just wanting to argue all the time, anything like that, there's a number of things that you can do to clear out that negative energy. Um, the first and one that I talk about probably the most in my newsletters is smudging. Smudging with sage. This is a white sage stick here. There's also loose sage that you can burn in a bowl. I'm sure y'all have all seen my newsletter on the sage and smudging, where I show you how to burn sage and incense in a bowl together. Copal, resin, frankincense, and myrrh is good to clear out negative energy in the air. This is an old tradition that most people think is Native American, but the burning of herbs to clear negative energy actually crosses a great many cultures. South African, Asian, any number of places. It was the original incense. But with white sage, and especially a stick like this, you just light it. You say a blessing or whatever it is that you wish to say, and you walk around and let the smoke waft through the area that you're trying to clear. Now, if you're doing a major clearing like my whole house, I will open all the doors and windows, all the closet doors, all of the dresser drawers, all of that kind of stuff, to make sure that I get any pools of negative energy out of my way and that they just fly out the window. If you're just clearing a small space like your office or something like that, sometimes that's not necessary, although the smoke can be overpowering. So it is, if you have a window to open, I suggest that you do it, or turn on a fan or something, just to, so you're not overwhelmed with all of the smokes. Sage is pretty strong on its own, and when you add other things to it, it can get a little overwhelming. So anyway, that is sage and smudging, which is the easiest and probably my most recommended way to clear negative energy. Now, if you're in a space where you cannot burn herbs or sage or anything like that, clearing sprays. There's several different ones on the market. All of them are good. This is ones we make here in the shop. We make a clearing spray. We make a Palo Santo spray. We make a sage smudge spray. There's several different ones, and they all have the same effect of clearing away negative energy. You can use them on yourself. You can use them on your linens. You can use them in the air. And a lot of times, if you're in the office or if you want to do it in your car, this is a good way to do it where it's not so obvious that you're trying to smudge. These smell good. They're kind of like a room deodorizer, so anybody around you wouldn't even think to pay any attention to it. And they're very light scented too, so they're not very overwhelming. Great for offices and cars and things like that. Um, Also on the burning end is incense, pre-made incense, which is good. This is Cleaning Powers by him. You can burn incense if you just need a little area cleared, because that's plenty of smoke. Like I burn these in my office all the time. If you just feel like you need to kind of get some sort of, have a bad experience with a customer or a vendor or something like that. That's unusual, but sometimes it happens. It's retail after all. This will serve to kind of, okay, I'm going to get the mat out. I'm going to be okay. This is just going to go away. I don't need to hold on to this negativity. But there's any number of different incenses. You can use sage, moldavite. You can use a cleaning powers like this. There's purification incenses. We make some here in the shop under the Mama C's incense category that is a purification incense. Again, all you need is a burner and a match or a lighter. Now, if you're trying to clear negative energy off yourself, and it's really good, especially if you've had a run of bad luck, like some people have been saying for the last month or so. Before you start clearing your environment, you want to clear yourself. You've seen probably my newsletter on ritual bathing. This is an important part of clearing the negative energy off of you. These are bath salts. This is a clearing bath salt that we make here in the shop that's got some sage and citrus and other herbs and essential oils in it that are meant to cleanse the aura, the chakras, the exterior of your body from negative energy, to kind of give you a fresh start. They're very easy to use. You just dump them in the bathtub and get in there and soak. Not hard to do at all. But the biggest thing that you have to remember when you're trying to keep negative energy out of your household or your office environment is that clutter is the world-class holder of negative energy. If your space is really cluttered or really dirty, it's going to be very hard for you to clear out the negative energy. If you feel overwhelmed by the amount of clutter or dirt that you have, get somebody to help you. I know that a lot of times people will have so many things going on in their lives that the household or the office or whatever just kind of gets away from them. Don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel like you shouldn't ask for help. I guarantee you, if your friends or your family, if you're close enough to them, say, look, you know, this has gotten out of control for me. I need you to come for the weekend and help me just clear this out. And you have to be ready to do that. You need to get rid of things that no longer serve you. You need to get rid of anything that's just junk or serves no purpose. There's no reason for you to hang on to it. All it does is hold on to negative energy and just pulls in those places where you've just got things stacked that really no longer matter anymore. It can be a very soul-freeing experience to get rid of all that clutter and dirt. And again, like I said, you will see your environment change almost immediately. Um, you have to make sure not to reclutter your environment after you've had that done, or you'll just end up back in the same place that you were before. This is a very important part of Feng Shui, which is something that I use a lot in my practice. And with Feng Shui, it's very important to have things aligned properly. I won't go into all that. That's a whole nother newsletter for a whole nother day. But the major part is just to not have things piled up on top of each other, and not to have things cluttered up where they hold dust and detritus and negative energy. And then after you finish removing all that clutter, a good way to clear out that space before you smudge and everything, it's just an extra layer of clearing, is bells. Gongs, bells, singing bowls, anything that makes ringing noises like that is very good for clearing negative energy. It's the same reason why we put wind chimes on our porch historically, is because they keep ghosts and bad things away. That's where the original idea for the wind chime came from. So anyway, again, these videos that I make are unscripted and unedited. So if you have any questions or I'm not clear about something, you can always get in touch with me. It's mamacreepy@mamacreepy.com or MA_creepy@yahoo.com. Either one of those email addresses will work. I also have a live chat function on my website, and I'm there, 6 or 7 hours a day to be able to answer questions and all that kind of thing. So you can email me, you can call the shop, you can get me on my live chat, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about these videos that I can. Thank you, and blessed be.